Hello, my dear ones. How are we doing tonight? Woohoo! Wow, the chat's hopping already. My goodness, who all is here? We have Gojiro, Richard, Outer Space is here. Ryu is here, of course. I guess I don't need to tell you over Discord that we're starting. Hopefully, my voice is not too offensive tonight. I am still recovering. My voice is a little... So, yeah, I do not feel like showing my face today because my nose is still red and gross, and I've got a little bit of acne going on because of sleeping poorly and sickness. And we'll be back to regular face cam, obviously, during the recording stream, which we will hopefully be having on Thursday. If my voice behaves and awakens. You want to see, though? Okay, you want to see? You want to see what I look like right now? I will flash myself. It's gross. I look like hell right now. Let me see. My camera never behaves itself. Let me see if I could get the right properties. Okay, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Okay, that's all you get. So, anyway, when this tea that is freshly made is done, this stream is done. But yeah, hopefully, my voice isn't too offensive. Richard is like, ah! I have been lucky. I have not lost my appetite. I have not lost my sense of taste or smell. That is with the exception of when I could not breathe because my nose was clogged, but that's not a change in my actual smell. Your face looks fine. I appreciate that, but if you get a good look at it, you would not say the same thing. By the way, is the audio quality all right? It seems to be jumping around more than usual today. I think we made some edits to it that are not really working. But I know I say I'm going to fix the audio every single time, but I'm just like, sound good currently. Okay. I'm starting to get back a little bit of my high notes, which is good because I sounded more like earlier today. You love the flute cover. Yay, that was such a fun one to do. I need to do a vocal cover of Magia. Any Calafina song, really, I would love to sing a cover of. So, Ryu is going to come on the disco here and explain what we have going on. But before we do that, let's listen to a little bit of the song just to get an idea of what this song is all about. So I'm going to play it, just the first beginning little section of it. Ah, it's so pretty. Ryu, wait your turn. Always prepares Chinese herbal medicine to try and fight COVID. That's great. This song is so epic. It's gonna be another hidden gem. Okay, so that's what this song is basically all about. And now let's bring Ryu into the stream here. Give him a little call. And we'll see if I need to do some quick volume adjusting.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, I hear you. That's good. Let me see if I can do the... I always forget how to do individual volume.
I think you right click me.
Here, keep talking.
Um, about what?
Anything you want. Okay, I think I pushed you to
Am I
200%, and you're still very soft, but that's because I have my music soft as well, and
am,
because I'm on my Mac side of my computer, can't really separate you two.
am I going to sing for you again?
You might
It
have to.
depends on if Carrie's voice doesn't hold out, I might have to. So prepare for my voice to be acid on your ears.
All right, so I'm going to
So,
type out this first paragraph here, this first verse. And why don't you explain your thought process behind this? I could even pull up the explanatory document.
yes, the explanatory document would be useful. So
There we go. I got that
I
on the screen.
don't always I don't always go exactly line by line like Carrie will when translating, because sometimes these are several sentences. I don't. Can they see my highlighting?
I think they can,
Can you?
yeah.
Like this chunk right here, that's two lines, but it's one sentence. I try to keep it in the same order, but it doesn't always come out the same right, like the word. But this part is fairly straightforward. I had to throw in the word deep. The word eternal is kind of interesting. Nagaku is the combining form of nagai, which means long, but this is how it's written in Japanese right here. And this kanji does not mean long, it means eternal. This means deep. Oh no, I didn't throw in deep. That word means deep. This word is night. This word is night right here. Yoru. This does not translate into English. It just indicates that this word is the subject of the sentence. This word owaru means end.
Very
In
cool.
Japanese, your verb nearly always comes at the end of a sentence and will probably, if it's the form of a verb ending the sentence, will probably end in u or ta or taru or teru, something like that. U is usually present tense. Ta means past tense usually. There are other forms. We'll see a few later. But notice you have hikaru, hibiku. These are all verbs.
Very neat. So, were you able?
Yeah.
It seems like you were able to. Usually in your work, you usually preserve the rhymes when they happen in the Japanese. Did you? Were there any rhyming instances here that you needed to be wary of?
Oh, owaru. I rhymed through with itself because we have aru rhyming with aru. So we have
Mm-hmm.
a heavy rhyme there. This word blue actually translates the word sora, which means sky. But awaru, hikaru, hibiku. It rhymes ooh, ooh, ooh. It even rhymes the same word. Sleep does not go with wool, but this wool word right here doesn't actually mean anything. It is emphasized. You criticize me for emphasizing unsignificant words. This is
Mm-hmm.
a very insignificant word. It has no direct meaning in English. It just says, "Hey, this word right here is the direct object of the sentence."
Hmm.
And this is kimi, which is you. Oh, fun fact: nemuru. This is also a verb, but when you have a verb in front of a noun, it becomes an adjective. So, you who shiver in your sleep.
So it's like sleepy
Nemuru
you,
kimi.
shivering
Yeah,
sleepy
you who
you.
are sleeping. Yeah. I forget which word is which. Let's see. Nagara is wild. Furue, I believe, is shiver. So shiver while sleeping, you, direct object. Japanese is grammatically weird when you're used to English.
Hmm. Oh, I have to ask my chat. Hey, have any of you actually watched this Ice Queendom yet? Because I just started watching it and I've caught up now. And it was not what I expected. I thought it was going to be just like a reboot of RWBY, but it is not. Not to spoil too much, but it goes it leads you into a false sense of security and then it diverges quite suddenly.
In Japanese, it is not called Queendom. It is called Empire of Ice and Snow.
That is really cool.
It's something no teikoku. I think it's Hyosetsu no Teikoku.
If you were to
It's
say
a
Ice
company.
Queendom in Japanese, how would you say it?
Queen is Jo'o. So it would be um depending on which word used for ice. Kori no Jo'o koku, I think is how you'd say it.
Mm.
But Jo'o koku, that is a weird mouthful for one. Wait, is Queen Jo'o or Ojo? Let me look that up.
Chico
One
is
is Queen
here.
Jo.
Hello, Chico.
Okay, it is Jo'o. Isn't that a difficult word to say? Like Jo'o.
Joho.
You have to say the short. You have to say the short O. Jo. Jo means woman. Like Jote. Sorry, Jote means empress or Jokyo. I forget. The Empress of Japan has a different title
But this is so
because the
interesting
emperor.
because I just want to shout out how
The emperor.
unique this situation is that we are in right now. Because usually we are just strictly using Japanese material and translating it into English. But here we have the extra layer of this originally being English. The source
That
material, not the song, but the general source material, in which Weiss Schnee is referred to as the Ice Queen.
should it be Vice.
It should be,
Vice.
but they pronounce it Weiss on the show, and it bothers me. I always slip
Should be
up and call her Vice, but
also.
it's Weiss.
Also, since she is female, it should be Vice because Vice with no e on the end, the e is pronounced in German,
Mm,
is the masculine form.
Weiss.
So it should be Vice Schnee. If I'm presuming Vice is her name and Schnee
Mm,
is her family name.
so cute. Her character is based on um the princess Snow White, the fairy tale of Snow White.
Let me look at what's. It might be taking the words from Snow White's German name because I think Schnee is actually a masculine noun in German
Mm,
or a different
maybe.
one. I'm gonna look
So
that up.
all
So
the
it might be a
characters in
reference to.
RWBY, in the original RWBY, are based on sometimes subtly, sometimes not so subtly. Sometimes it's very on the nose. Um, various fairy
Okay,
tales.
her name in German is Schneewittchen, which is like actually a neuter noun, but ken, which is like a
Diminutive.
cutesifying stuff. Yeah, diminutive. It's a cutesifying suffix. Always produces neuter nouns in German for some godforsaken reason.
It's so cute. But
It's kind of
yeah.
like the Japanese cult ending.
So suffice it to say, this incarnation of RWBY that has been animeified focuses in heavily on Vice, on Weiss. Um,
It
it,
was already what an American anime.
yes, it's an American show, and it became pretty
What
semi-popular. Um,
it, was the original form an anime or was it CG? I can't remember.
CG, CG, done by
Okay,
Rooster Teeth,
okay.
which has, people kind of questioning if they want to continue watching RWBY because of, you know, problems with Rooster
It's
Teeth. But um,
that's always a shame.
yeah, RWBY itself is really, really well done. The story is very beautiful. And I think it has its slow seasons, but it's like an epic tale. Like the grand scale of the story that they are beginning to tell is a lot more than the instant gratification that anime watchers, who are the primary demographic for RWBY, um, are like care for. And so it gets a lot of flack because there are seasons that are slower than others. And then all of a sudden the pace will pick up very quickly. And then it's up to season 9 now. And I thought season 7 and
Yeah.
season 8 were awesome. But I could see where there were some seasons that were awfully slow, and so people lost interest. So it's not as popular as like season 1 through season 3 were. Um, RWBY Ice Queendom, now that they have like rebooted question mark as an anime,
Does it go in a totally different direction or
it
something?
goes a totally different direction. The first like 2 episodes or so kind of are a retelling reboot of the original. And then all of a sudden it takes a direct left turn out of nowhere and focuses on Weiss and is very interesting. I like it. I think it's really cool. And I think if people give it a
Anime
chance, they would like it too.
anime often does that. I think it might be a different like cultural mentality about adaptation
It's more like an
because I
homage to RWBY than trying to redo RWBY, which I like the idea of because why would you want to redo RWBY? It already exists. It's not like it's old or
that's
anything.
true. That's true. I could understand if it were like a novel or something that you were
Yeah,
adapting
why
onto
not
the
make an original piece of art out of this awesome world that they have set up?
as long as it's consensual. I don't like people like taking other people's worlds without permission and doing things with them. Had somebody do that to me
Yeah.
once. I was not a happy person.
I wonder
I
what
am not friends with
the
him.
original creator of RWBY would say. I'm sure the company, made contracts and things. I don't think a Japanese company just randomly decided we're going to make an anime out of this without asking. But like, I wonder what
Well, I mean,
Monty would
good.
say.
But yeah, because a lot of things get taken out of the original creator's hands, and in my mind, that is not okay.
Yeah, I agree.
But this piece of music is beautiful, and it had that lovely music video, which provided me with tons of
Yeah,
content.
have you heard the opening theme?
No,
Oh my
quick
gosh.
confession: I do not watch nearly any of what the songs come from. I just translate them.
Here's a little taste of that. And it's in English. I don't know how I'm going to do these harmonies when I sing this.
I can't do it.
Da 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 da.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's actually quite irritating.
Gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Let me know if it's not.
Okay, enough of that, but it's a really, really cool jazzy song. In fact, I probably should have been doing that now while I have a husky voice.
Well, you couldn't have planned ahead for this.
No, I couldn't. One does not simply plan having COVID.
I found it odd that their sort of like random operatic sounding word was ho, which sounds nice, except that
Woo!
when you think of ho 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 in English,
Mm.
it makes you think of Santa Claus.
Okay, so let's go through the first part of this. I got the first verse kind of up on my notes. And let's see. Starting the video. The eternal night shall all one day be through, and your origin far off shining through. That voice that calls to you who shiver in your sleep. Oh, echoes back, resounding in the gloom. And then you thought the dawn would never come. I like that line. Suddenly you found you weren't afraid of that.
Something's missing.
All right. There was one.
Wait.
What did I
Something's
miss?
missing. Let me check. Or did I just break it up funny?
Are you looking at your page or mine? Because I did different.
I'm looking at my page
Okay.
because it back sounding in the blue.
Because
Yeah,
there's an extra
there's something
syllable
missing
after
right here.
sleep. It sounds like O there, which would be redundant if you use O as a syllable on the next line.
Oh, I just intended for you to drag that out,
Oh
but
yeah, that's right.
they drag out.
You did put a little. I need to keep that so that I remember. I was like, I'm gonna remember that. Promptly forgets it.
I don't know what I did, but I chopped out like a bunch of the song right here.
Why'd you do?
Let me take a look. I'm looking at things, or did I forget to copy something? Oh no, I just failed to copy something to the initial document. Because and then when you thought the dawn would never come, suddenly you weren't afraid of that. Once the tears of okay,
But
I
all
think
that
it's fine.
sings very nicely.
And then when you thought that's what that is, feels like tomorrow will not come. Suddenly, somebody. This is pronoun. Japanese is often pronoun agnostic. I forgot the transcription here, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fui ni oso kun
It's like, and
nai
then when you
na.
thought the dawn would never come.
No, that's not oso. It's kowa kunata da. Because suddenly somebody wasn't afraid. It's actually in the past tense. And then that's fuan is anxiety. No, namita is tears. Ga akumu is it's written with the characters for evil dream. And the dictionary gives it as nightmare, though it's an unusual word. I normally think of a nightmare as kowayume, which just means scary dream.
Mm.
This is like I guess this is like night terror or something like demonic dream. And then
Not to give too
kawate
much away
shimao.
about the anime, but the anime it takes place in a dream world,
Huh.
and it has to
The
do with
songs
a
go
specific character's bad dream.
it must be a terrible dream for it to be like this evil dream
Oh, it is a very evil dream.
or like demonic
It
dream.
is a dream that is incurred because of one of the major baddies that exist in that world, which are generally considered to be evil and very demonic.
That aku is the same as in akuma, like akuma no ko, because akuma is like the Japanese word for Satan,
Oh, interesting.
the devil. It really means evil demon, but yeah, I think that's pretty
The
self-explanatory.
Grimm are very demonic like.
So, if I remember correctly, they're kind of similar to the Heartless in Kingdom Hearts, which are also very disturbingly demonic for something in a thing for children.
Yeah, Ruby is not really for children, I would say. I think it's like probably what would I
Still,
rate it? Like 14 and up.
in Japan, that's for children. Like they have kids watching Gundam and things like
I
and
mean,
other brutally.
Yeah, I
Like
would
they
rate
did
it along with like Demon Slayer and things like that because there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of depictions of crime,
Demon Slayer.
depictions of guns, depictions of um social atrocities
Uh,
being committed.
guns might not fly. Like, is it more toward? It's not. I think Demon Slayer is still technically a shonen, but um, Attack on Titan, which has a name that irritates me in English, is definitely a seinen. Well, the title does not mean attack on one of the moons of what is it? Saturn, I think.
Saturn, I think.
No, it's not attack on singular Titans. The title means the advancing Titans or the attacking Titans. Why is it called attack on random moon that has
Because
nothing to do with anything?
English speakers need to English speak.
Not.
They know English speak
I think.
well.
I think. I bet the Japanese somebody. I bet somebody in Japan came up with the English
Oh,
title
you know what?
using
And
this
they were
title.
probably like English speakers need help. Here we go.
Honestly, they had just better have left it in Japanese. It would make as much sense. Three foreign words, as opposed to three English words that don't tell you anything.
Hmm. Oh,
Okay, so it all matches, right?
yeah, it all matches. I think I agree with all of this. We'll go through it again at the end, but I saw no problems. I could even get through it fairly easily without having to redouble my efforts, so that's good. Let's move on
I
to the big
made
chorus. Hmm?
I made sure to get all the like nice vowels because do you know what one of those
I
words in there
appreciate
is
that.
literally unextinguished, and I knew you would have a cow over that word.
I mean, like,
That go see how the light
what
go
the
up
f
means
is this
my
word? What the f is
my
this
initial
word?
translation of go seek out the light that still remains was so reach out to the unextinguished light, which is a far more literal translation, but it didn't rhyme correctly, and two, I was not feeling that sadistic. What is worse, uninjured light or unextinguished light?
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
serious. Kesanaide means without going out. And that line is what is it? It's Kesanaide Hikari something. Kesanaide Hikari.
I would just
He
translate it as the light that will not go out, like at that point. But you always use the fancy words like unextinguished.
just so reach to the light that won't go out or that doesn't go out. It does kind of fit. It feels so lame though.
You like things fancy.
It it also rhymes in Japanese, I think. Let me check. Wo mo tsuyoku yo yo te ga no. It sort of. Some of the lines do. I think that might just be coincidence because Japanese has five vowels
Mm,
and words ending in o often end in clauses. Wo just mean is that this is the direct object of the sentence particle. Mo means also.
I believe it. I believe it.
I mean, you can go ask a Japanese to English dictionary what those means if you don't.
Like that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yo is the emphatic particle, the also the vocative particle and the imperative particle. It comes at the ends of all kinds of things. O, u, and a are the big sentence enders.
Japanese lessons with Ryu.
Yes, I pretend I can speak Japanese sometimes.
Well, you speak it better than any of us here. Hey,
I don't
chat.
really
Anybody
speak it.
anybody more fluent in Japanese than Ryu? Speak up or forever hold your peace.
I can usually. I'm like Tolkien reading Dutch. I can usually understand it with the aid of a dictionary.
Gonna learn so much, I'm gonna start watching anime without the subs, Chica Cheese says.
That's actually very difficult for a second language speaker to do, even after studying a language for a long time. I can usually understand French pretty well, and I still need subtitles for French.
Anime
Like as
is
an
usually
undergrad.
not so bad because there's a lot of like reactionary like things that I as a weeb and that weebs alike kind of learn first when we're learning Japanese, like sugoi and ohayo and like little like one word reaction things like that. So like those things I don't need subtitles for.
If you speak anime Japanese in actual Japan, you will either sound very bizarre or even extremely rude.
Probably
Anime Japanese is not real Japanese
because you have to use
unless
more
you know
formal language.
unless you know. You also typically use someone's name with an honorific when referring to them. If you call someone like anta or kimi or omai and you do not know them well, like we could do that because we know each other. But if we did not know each other well and one of us did that, that would be extremely
Just
rude.
walk up to somebody and be like, "Baka."
Yeah, basically. Or if you say something like "oh my" and "kisama" and you are not a man speaking to another man who and you know each other well, I'm pretty sure that would come off as like basically walking up to someone and just shoving your middle finger up their nose.
Ways to sound like a Japanese punk with Ryu.
Or if you speak like a like
Oh my.
a shonen or like orewa, which is how I often write Japanese because I'm an uncouth Westerner and I think the ore kanji looks best of all the I kanji because that is totally a good reason to use it. Yeah, that can come off as very brusque. Like I sound like an aggressive delinquent speaking Japanese because with various random classical phrases peppered in.
That sums you up to
I
a
somehow
T, though.
managed.
That is so fitting for you.
I did not realize the even if form in Edo was a classical archaism for the longest time. I thought that was normal Japanese. And then I used it in something, and the person was like, "I had to go look up what that was." It's and I was like, "Oops, wait, how do you say that in normal Japanese?" And it's uto,
You just be
like
like,
the normal Japanese, even if form. But
Zakenayo.
Edo,
Ryu goes silent.
I am also a. Okay, so did the chorus fit?
Okay, let's see. Let me sing it through. So the light that still remains, tear it from the burning pain, roast and fall apart, and hold the flickering sway between us till the lingering ache will be dancing out away. Oh, that's pretty. Let me do that one more time.
Didn't do that word I hate right there.
There was something weird. Let me get my high voice on. That goes higher than I thought. I've not actually physically sung this before.
Might be better, sing better and tear away the burning pain.
That would be more intuitive for me. It's not a singer thing or a grammar thing. It's more personally intuitive for me.
I put the S on the end so it would rhyme perfectly, but we don't need that extra laminal fricative there. Laminal fricatives are icky.
So what are you gonna change there?
So go seek the light that still remains and tear away the burning pain.
All right, let's see if that fits. I'm sure it will. So go seek the light that still remains to tear away the burning pain and the force that fire apart and hold the freezing flame of flickering sway between us till the lingering ache sway or melt away. My eyes wandered for a second. I was like, yep, that works. And then that just
The thing
repeats.
that was off before is that I forced you to sing freezing flame flickering. That is heavy alliteration.
You do that in your sleep. You cannot keep yourself from doing that. It is an ingrained like obsession of yours in your subconscious. You must put in as much alliteration as physically possible.
It says "Tsumetai hono ga yurete." Tsumetai means freezing. Hono is flame. Yurete is sway or flicker.
Flicker.
So I used both because I needed more syllables.
Now
Good
the
strategy. A
freezing
word has two
flame with
meanings.
flickering sway. You gave me some space there, though, the way that the words fall, so I'll pass you on that. And Chico
My
is with you.
translation
Alliteration is something Chico does by accident in Chico's writing as well. We have alliteration for the win.
It was characteristic of Anglo-Saxon poetry. It's far easier to structure a line in English with alliteration than it is with rhyme. English sucks at rhyming. Japanese is so wonderful for rhyming. Like it is so easy because you get 5 vowels, and usually a string of sentences will end in a series of predictable vowels. Like if you have a bunch of past tense, they will all end in ta or da. Because Japanese grammar is so regular. It has, I think, 4 irregular verbs: kuru, suru, desu, and iku. And a fifth very rare one, uru, which is not technically irregular. It just continues a Middle Japanese verbal pattern that got changed to a different verbal pattern in every verb but that.
So this part right here that I just sang, the chorus, that just repeats twice right there, right?
Sort of. The context changes, so a few words change in the English translation with every occurrence of it, I think.
Because I don't really see...
One of them replaces freezing with raging, which is a translation. The Japanese word changed too.
Because I don't know if you can see where I am. I'm in the regular document.
They are bold-faced because I needed to keep them parallel.
Yeah.
But this one does not have fully bold-faced. It just repeats some of the lines.
Right. This one is different, but these two look exactly the same. I don't see any difference.
This one has "I'll hold you in my arms" because the speaker changes.
Ah, okay.
Because up here she's talking about herself. There was one already English, and yes, I did invert it. Because what it was ends up in the English anyway.
This one says, then hold me in your arms.
No, this one says, I'll hold you in my. Because she's talking.
Do you see where I am in the document?
Where are we?
These are both then hold me, then hold me. I'm saying these two are exactly the same. What I just sang, and then what's coming up next.
Oh, I think we were thinking about different things. Did I accidentally double paste that or something?
You might have.
I don't.
If there's a difference, please correct it.
Oh, no, this is a double paste. I don't think it repeats here. Oh, no, this is a double paste. It actually just goes to here.
Okay, so that doesn't repeat.
Not right there.
Now we get a little bit of another verse.
Let's see, and I think these all end in the same word in Japanese. So I tried to replicate. Let's see what it is. well, sort of. They end ga, ni. Ga can mean a bunch of different things if you put it after a verb. It's one of those like irritating words that can mean so many things. Here it seems to mean although.
Chico says, I'm going to get this song stuck in my head by the end of this, and I've only seen like part of the first episode of RWBY. This one is so good. If you have not seen original RWBY, you really need to watch it. It's really cool. I think, is it still on Crunchyroll? I wonder. Some of the first seasons. Other later seasons, you got to go to the Rooster Teeth website, I believe. But you can watch it for free still, all of it. But definitely.
I have such a.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You know how I mentally read the name of the series?
How?
My brain does not read that as Ruby. It reads it as RWBY.
RWBY.
Because that's a W. That is not a U, and that is clearly not Welsh.
Well,
So
the main character's name is Ruby, but the acronym actually is the first letter of their names of the team, obviously. But you could also take it as the first letter of the colors of what they stand for. So,
Red,
obviously,
white,
Ruby, yeah.
Blue and yellow, I think.
Black.
Oh, black.
Black and yellow. The character's name is Blake.
That's very close. There are 5 traditional colors in East Asia: red, yellow, that color that you're not sure if it's green or blue, white, and black. Classical traditional Japanese uses the same color to describe the sky, leaves on plants, green traffic lights, which is still actually done. Japanese traffic lights are like this turquoisey color that's almost blue. You get the idea.
Yeah, that's interesting.
All of that. Or ao. In modern Japanese, there is a word for green, which is midori, and ao is usually blue. But there's some like holdovers, like you can still use it to describe very fresh green leaves, for example. Midori is from the name of a bird, which is actually a very bluish green bird. It's an adorable little tiny bird, too, called a kingfisher in English.
Interesting. I want to see that bird. I want to visit Japan.
Me too. Oh, yeah. I did give you that word I hate.
You did.
I think the word kokoro is in there, though. I mean, I can only argue with the kokoro word so much before I have to translate it that way. Even though I will translate it as mind, soul, spirit, and even blood first if I can.
Yeah. Oh, Chico. Yeah, I can understand how that CGI animation at the beginning would turn you off. It is a little rough in the first season or so, but it gets better as you go along. So if you make it to the second and then third season, and it just keeps getting better from there. But yeah, the first few episodes and the first season in general is kind of cringy, but it works.
We all have our cringy earlier phases.
Exactly. They had to start somewhere before they got noticed. Kind of like me.
Yeah,
and I don't know why, but the raging thing on my channel right now is this really horrible cover of the intense singing of Hatsune Miku. And I don't know why this old thing keeps on getting views. I keep on wanting to unlist it, but it's like running my channel right now for whatever reason.
I don't know.
Is that odd? It's a horrible cover. It's poor quality. The video is nothing. I think I ripped video from another person's video, actually, back in the day when you did that. That's my favorite thing about Ice Queendom, Chico, is it's so gorgeous. I almost think the main characters look a little bit too feminine, too girly. Especially characters like Blake and Yang are supposed to be very, like, rugged and and like sassy. But they all
Yeah,
look like princesses.
Japanese culture has very decided aesthetics. I appreciated actually how Full Metal Alchemist defied the usual bishy thing.
Mm.
Hiromu Arakawa and I have very similar tastes.
Ah, I see.
Well, she has specifically stated that she likes drawing muscular men and busty women.
Well, there you go.
Also, she's a mom. Can you imagine having the author of Full Metal Alchemist as your mom?
Oh, jeez. That would
I
be
bet she tells the
amazing.
best bedtime stories.
I'd be like, Mom, what's
I'm
going to
still.
happen next?
She finished it ages ago, though.
She needs to
It's a
continue it.
wonderful story. Why? She ended it perfectly on her own terms.
They could do the fairy tale thing and carry on with the children.
True, but
Mm.
I'm more like I think she needs to be able to end it when she's ready. Because she wrapped up everything so perfectly. There is not a lot of room for that story to go on.
Chico is like, imagine your parent being the creator of Death Note.
I don't know of many like married women with children who are confirmed to be, or how many mangaka are confirmed to be married women with children. So I just think that's a cool detail. Hiromu Arakawa is actually a married woman with children.
All I know is that Naoko Takeuchi, the creator of Sailor Moon, is married to the creator of what was it? Hunter x Hunter.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I know the One Piece guy married one of his like he actually like one of the fans who would cosplay one of his characters. They apparently met and like liked each other and got married. So now he has kids too.
That's fun. Alrighty. Let
And then
us. Hmm?
people started complaining that he started drawing the character to look bustier because he was like subconsciously making the character look more like his wife.
Ah. Oh, that's funny.
I mean, I think that's adorable.
That is adorable.
Like you love your wife so much you start drawing a character she used to cosplay to look more like her.
That is so
I don't
sweet.
easily alter. I don't alter things I create um, without good reason. So, at least from my perspective, that's like incredibly sweet, and like just must be a testament to how much he loves her.
Yeah. That's what I would think. All right, I want to tackle this second verse. See what we get. It's like, Chica's like, yeah, loser otakus. I got an IRL waifu, unlike you.
These doesn't have anything particularly egregious in it that I've noticed. I mean, it has just as many like revealed male characters as female characters. It's pretty equal opportunity.
I like it when shows do that.
I mean, I prefer that.
Equal
I mean,
rights, man.
while I think body parts are funny, there's only so much in the female department that I can take before it gets old.
Fortunately, or unfortunately for you, a lot of anime tends to go that route, though.
Of course, if it's like over the top enough, it's funny.
Yeah, I like the visual gags.
Like some part of me is still 5 years old. Body parts are funny.
Oh gosh, I'm just imagining the funny things that I've seen.
All right, you should probably sing this.
Yes, I should probably see. I'm pretty sure it'll work, but we're gonna go through it. You're shouting out, your voice was lost to you. You wish your dream was hidden so far from you. What? Let me do that again.
No problem. Oh, yes, there is a problem.
Though your wish, your dream was hid so from you. Okay. Like the light, shadow shades releasing you. Like a light that drives the dark away from you. Oh, oh, oh. And the spell that words might pierce the hole through the body and the soul. Even if they reach my heart, I'll hold you to the flickering sway between us to the lingering ache. Nothing else to melt away. All right. Aside from my craptastic singing, did I get most of?
Still better than mine.
I don't know about that. I think I got most of the words in the same place, in the right place. There was one spot.
There was one spot I can't remember what it was.
Let me just go
where
through.
I was thinking it.
Let me go through the chorus. Words might pierce the hole, go through the body and the soul. They reach my heart. Okay, you have even if they reach my heart, but there's only one syllable there for even. That's what tripped me up, I think.
Meet your new shadow syllable.
Hello, shadow syllable. How are you doing tonight?
The shadow syllable is doing fine. That's another view thing. You get shadow syllables. Lots of shadow syllables.
Don't make me laugh. You're gonna kill me.
I used every shadow syllable in a Cruel Angel's thesis too.
You did, and that's why I had to re-record that bitch.
Koku no tenshi no teize Mado kara something tobidasu.
I'm dead. Don't make me pull it out. Oh God, I should do that as like a joke, singing.
Yeah, you can say tobidasu, but I'm not sure.
Oh man,
I listened to it so many times I can just about remember at least that part in Japanese.
Somebody in the Discord was asking if I had ever tried to sing while I was sick before, and my response was to post my cover of Ruby Rider because I was legit sick as a dog, like about where I am now. When I recorded that, maybe a little bit worse. My voice was clear, but my nasality was there, and so I'm like, oh, it's perfect to do this like more countrified song. So if you ever want evidence of me singing while I'm sick, I posted that in the Discord main general chat.
Like the Cruel Angel's thesis was sung with a very traditional pronunciation, which results in all those shadow syllables in Japanese. Because like instead of dare, like you hear normally, it's dare with that stuck on the front.
She goes like, Caroline dies in chat. Oh yeah, I'm dead. And the blooper reel for that sick song is probably all over the place.
But traditional kabuki Japanese is extremely nasal sounding. Because it also has all prosthetic and nasals stuck on the voiced consonants, which are fairly difficult to articulate. But a lot of varieties of modern Japanese still have them.
I was listening to there was one anime that I really, really liked. I don't think it was from last season, but the season before, and it was called something like those Snow White Notes or something, and it was about a shamisen player, and his mother happened to be a singer, and there was one scene where she sang along with him, and it was that kind of nasal sound that you're describing.
Yep. Okay, quick linguistic lesson. Japanese voiced consonants, the b, d, g, z. Your vocal cords resonate when you say them, so they're called voiced consonants. Have a trait called prenasalization. where you pronounce like a sort of n or m sound on the beginning, but not a full one. So traditional boku is boku. Like you have like a slight sound on the front. This creates shadow syllables, which are extremely fast, and which I used to torture Caroline when I translated a Cruel Angel's thesis.
Is that your
Also,
favorite pastime? Is torturing me?
there is a live deer outside my window.
Ooh, take a picture.
There are 2 live deers outside. I don't have a.
Get your camera,
They're
dude.
adorable. No. They're gone now.
Aw.
They were too far away for the camera to capture them. But I live in a very forested area. I see deer and rabbits and stuff all the time.
Top
This is
10
not
Caroline gets
makes
tortured by music moments. Just watch any of my recording streams.
Yep. It's basically her thinking very hard. I hate you, Ryu.
If I ever
asking,
just
like,
deadpan look at the camera, that's me looking into your soul and strangling it for doing what you've
Someone
done.
in Discord was asking which songs I translate. Whichever ones I have time to.
Yeah, you've been translating all of my songs lately. I don't think there's been any that you haven't.
I did not translate part of Bring Back. I ran out of time.
Yeah, you didn't do like the very last part of the very last rap. But these songs...
I was tired. Bring Back was hard.
Bring Back was hard, and it wasn't even a song that you cared for that much. So...
No, I didn't care about it at all.
Like,
I just
it's not your style.
Well, yeah, and it was like, I don't know.
Funny thing is, it probably didn't even matter what words either of us used at that moment because they go by so fast, nobody understands them anyway.
There was already an official English version.
Then there was already an official English version. Oh my god. When I discovered that, I was like, what the actual fuck?
You've had me translate that song pointlessly. My translation is better than the official one, but that's beside the point.
Probably would have been easier to rap.
Yeah, I don't really do rap. That song was actually extremely difficult to match. I had so much trouble with it.
Well, you didn't show it because you did an awesome job.
I am a perfectionist.
Perfectionist in torturing me.
If you give me free reign to just write whatever I want, it'll usually come out pretty okay.
You said you were making progress on Shall We Dance, too.
I had translated part of it. I haven't done it. I haven't done it. I had to like put it aside and do this. And then I had other things I needed to do.
Yeah, we've got instrumentals for This Awake, for Beyond Selves, the opening theme, and for Now Finally Sai has gotten back with the instrumental for Shall We Dance. So we've got all three of those now. But I'm saving Beyond Selves for when I go visit my parents so that I don't need to stream while I'm over there. So the next song will probably be Shall We Dance.
Which will be not this. Will it be this coming stream?
No, it will not be. This is a lyric stream here this Tuesday. Next Tuesday will be a mixing stream. And then the Tuesday after that will be.
That's what I was thinking.
Will be Shall We Dance.
Also, the chorus of that, at least the part of it I had translated, it's like something in Japanese, then exactly the same thing in English. I'm not even sure if I'm going to bother translating it.
Interesting.
It says, "Shall we dance" in Japanese, which I can't remember what that is off the top of my head. I think that would be "maimashou" or "maiyo," depending on how polite you're being, but it's in polite Japanese.
Now you have a soba ni here. Did you try and insert some Japanese there?
I already told you I did that.
Yes.
The original English is close to you, which ends up in the previous line.
See if I can copy paste that. See how that?
I can type it into the chat for you.
No, it's fine. I think it's only 2 little words, so I'm probably just going to use Romanji for that.
Kanji is so pretty.
It
I don't know
is.
about that one, but kanji.
I'll copy it when I do it into Final Cut later.
Oh, that kanji is really ordinary looking, but plenty of kanji are pretty. I think I also used the coffee.
All right, I'm listening for this little bridge part now. Now we're in the bridge. Wish me luck. Song is just so gorgeous in every way. Oh, that's such a pretty part. Let me do that again.
It's a bunch of Japanese past tense verbs, so I just replace them into the past tense verb with dead. Because English past tense verbs are all over the place and also
We hope to see them. Could we hope to see them? With your eyes downcast like that then. I haven't touched you then. Your eyes was not then. Thank you. When you place a looking glass then. Now I'm close to you like then. So seek the light that still remains and tear it from the burning pain and don't force them far apart. I think freezing flame or flickering sway between us till the lingering hate will begin to melt away. And always somebody's that still remains, just like before these burning veins have divided us, although the answers dissolved away, but we've a little that remains when from our dreams to burn away. So those things that will to be strong. This song is not short.
No, just you.
Just me. So that was good. All this stuff was good.
Also, did you see what I did here? She does not actually sing "I don't know" in Japanese, but it sounds like she
does. It does.
What she's actually singing is, let me look it up. Something aru no, but aru no. It sounds kind of like saying "I don't know" with a Japanese accent. So I was like, I'm going to keep that. What the line actually means is, are there even any answers? I also had to adjust this line here because it wasn't singing that well before.
Yeah, and tear away the burning pain. Yep, like we did before.
Would this burning pain sing better, or these burning pains?
Always better not to have the S sound, I would say, especially at the end.
Then let's do this burning pain.
Yeah.
Because we've had burning pain in all the other ones. Also, this song, despite being from Ice Queendom, has a bunch of fire imagery.
The melting of the ice. Melting of the Ice Queen.
Except for the one line, freezing flame.
I mean, I agree. I'm just saying how characters are being mentioned.
Fun fact, they often ship two of the four girls together, and the combination that is Yang, who is known for her fiery fist powers, and Weiss, who is known for her fencing ice powers. The two together make a combo called Freezer Burn.
At least given the
Are they actually a couple?
No,
If so, that's some impressive representation.
but they do
Lame.
do a combo attack that's called Freezer Burn.
It would be. I mean, I guess it's not representing me directly, but that would have been some nice representation.
There are some heavy tells in original RWBY that Blake and Yang are supposed to be together, and they call that one Bumblebee.
Oh,
And I am all about that. I ship Bumblebee with all my heart and soul.
with all of your little pump of blood.
It's all but been confirmed, and the fandom is like just waiting for them to make it official, and it's like they won't make it official. But there's always season 9. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't. When I'm writing something, I don't ship teeth. I'm usually so extremely obvious about it, and it's not subtext. It's just text. But that's just me. You will find that out eventually.
I need to read.
I was gonna say, unless you read it while you were sick, but your brain was probably too fogged.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. COVID gives you brain fog.
I could barely keep my eyes open most of the time. I would fall asleep in the middle of anime episodes. How sad is that?
Yeah. Just cool all around.
I wonder if the story would make a good anime.
With the visuals you got, definitely. You'd have to have like Studio Ghibli animate it.
Or some similar studio.
Something that's really good at wildlife and beautiful flowers and fanciful magical things.
Yeah, he's not trying to
and
go
electricity. The thing got a new title while you weren't looking. I changed the title of the story to
Oh, you
Henri
did?
and the Beast of Light. So now you know what the main character's name is, Henri.
Oh.
Because it's the ANRI. Though I suppose it is sort of like HENI too.
Say that again?
So you now know that his name, Henri?
Henri.
Yeah, like I spell it ANRI. I name my characters after extremely random things. He's named after a throwaway background character in a Fire Emblem game. Just because I liked how it sounds.
I like
His
that.
twin brother, Rude is named after Rude from Final Fantasy VII.
They seem to fit together. The names work with each other.
They're both Dutch sounding, even though they're not speaking Dutch. They're speaking some fictitious language.
Woo!
Oh, sure.
And can you pick out the reference in their like family name is Kapor? Do you get that one? It's the last name of the boy who builds the planes in Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, interesting.
It's usually spelled given as Capoli in the English translation, but Kapori is another way you could Romanize it.
We help to be so strong.
And they live in a place whose place names cannot decide if they want to sound Japanese or French.
Yeah, gee. I can spell, I promise.
Can you?
They still.
Can I? I don't think
You're
I can.
supposed to be a magical girl, so you need to be able to spell.
Not arguing.
I'm the magical
kind of
girl that
magical-
failed her classes, though. I did not pass
Well,
English.
if you can't spell, where's the magic?
The magic is in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's useless if you can't spell.
Because that's Minecraft.
If it's in your heart, I wonder if that gives you heart disease.
I
I hope not.
Chico's like, Caroline is more like Usagi than Ami. Got that right.
Channel used to be called Usagi Flower.
Yes. My channel got its
Which
origins
why
in
the-
Magical Girls and Sailor Moon
wasn't
specifically.
afraid to mention it to you, but I think it was unveiled that they.
And I was the one who started calling the puppet Hana-chan, because Hana is the Japanese word for flower, and she's a rabbit who's called Hana. Usagi is the Japanese word for rabbit. You get it?
That's perfect. That's why that name stuck. All right, let's go
It's
back.
sometimes called the illustrated version, Keroline-san. The illustrated version is her as a mature married woman. Hana-chan is her being 12 years old. Forever.
Chico says, I listen to one of your Sailor Moon covers semi-frequently. Oh, I'm glad. Which one is your favorite? I need to do another Sailor Moon song soon. All right, here we go. We're gonna get this. Begin to melt away. Still remains, just like before this burning pain. That's although the answers I don't know, but this has been dissolved away. But we've the little that remains from when the dreams we play. Hold on, I gotta get that changed. All that remains from the dreams running away. To be so strong, not even once endured this long. Belong. And wayward sway, not all their weakness, sadness, pain, none of them.
Was something funky?
Might have been just a little slip of my tongue, but what did you hear?
I don't remember. Let me re-listen to that part of the song.
I could sing it again. I'm just really happy that I can match pitch right now. More or less.
Okay, there's a shadow syllable I missed.
Where is it?
There should be there's a shadow syllable there. I think that might be a not there. And this should be we've what little remain. Try this. Try these two little adjustments and see how they do.
But we've
what little remains.
We've what little that remains.
I mean, there's easy places.
No,
to
know
start.
that.
Like you could begin. By
We've what little
reaching out to
remains.
people
Got it. Leave what little remains. And then, okay.
Went from our
See if I can
because
find that.
can't get because I can't get finally to sit there right. Otherwise, you'd have the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Okay.
Basis on the wrong syllable. Wrong
that still remains, just like before this burning pain. So long, the answers I don't know. All the suspense is all away, but we've with little. Nope.
The one is still.
It was correct before. I forgot what we had before.
Was it?
We could add in the
significantly better
word
than-
still.
But it was weave the little that remains. Which is that better than still? Weave what little still remains. Weave the little that remains.
That's just a weird phrase right there. Can we maybe get the grammar to be a little more clear?
I mean, it's old-timey English. Let me check and see what the Japanese actually is. Was there Is there any word in this that is like singing irritation?
Say that? Sorry, I was listening to the song.
Is there anything in this line that we're fixing that's like a singing irritation?
No.
I could just copy. Oh, the original line, I have another copy of it right here. It was this, but weave the little that remains. Is that better?
Let me try it. What would you prefer? Would you want the original line, or do you want the one with still?
I think this sounds more elegant, but it seems to be bothering you.
Yeah, it's not intuitive for my brain. Weave the little that remains.
It alliterates on the insignificant words. And I thought you tripped on it. Maybe it was just like a slip or a recording problem, because sometimes the recording, when you're singing, skips for me.
Ah, I see. Yeah. I have a weird filter on here that I can't figure out which filter is cutting my voice out. But I'll try and be softer so it doesn't do that. Let me try the original line then. Just like before this burning pain, and to find so low. The answers I don't know, but the past has been dissolved away. But we've the little that remains, when from our dreams all finally we wake. So we watch myself, I seems the will to be so strong, and even once endured this long. That wave its way, but all our weakness and this pain, not one of them. Okay, talk to me about this line.
Well, first of all, this line right here has no all.
Has no what?
All. You inserted an all.
Ah, that's why I was off. I knew it fit because I had done it before, but I messed up there.
This one is wonky though.
Yeah.
Also, right here, let's get rid of the S on the answer because we don't need another fricative. It's just sitting there being an icky fricative.
Yeah, where was that? I'll be here at your side. What did you change?
down here. The answer I don't know instead of the answer.
I appreciate that.
The word. We need to get rid of all of the icky fricatives that we don't need. Let me listen to this too, because I think there might be like. All that remains. When from our dreams so finally we wake. I'll be here at your side. Those things that we held to be so strong. Not even once endured this long. I am here where I belong. I'm here where I belong. At the high stack love that wavered, swayed. Not all our weakness, sadness, pain. No, not one of them now remains.
Okay,
They
I think I missed the
melt.
no at the beginning of that.
Okay, it does fit.
So let me try that again.
Yes, now that I have melted your ears with open acid.
Yeah, let me get it. Let me find out where I am. Wavered, swayed. No, not one of them now remains. Weakness, sadness, pain. No, not one of them now remains. Yeah, there we go.
Does that fit better? Like, would that be better to sing?
Yes.
Because I feel you stumbling there.
Yeah, because it feels I one of my picky uni things is that I don't like breaking a sentence up. Even when the Japanese does it, I still feel weird.
And I will do that all over the place because if the Japanese does it, I'm like, okay, fine.
So I like how you adjusted that.
But if it's going to cause trouble for singing, then we need to fix it.
Not one of them, oh, now remains. Yeah, I like that. See, Carrie can sing just fine. Were you even listening right now? I sound like a crow.
Hope he wasn't hearing me and talking about me instead.
Prefer to buy those plastic noise insulating ones. Ooh, good luck finding new headphones or earbuds. Good luck and welcome back from your walk.
And I have not, and I stopped explaining why I translated things in certain ways ages ago. I am horrible about staying on subject.
Me too. All right, so we got one last section to do. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll find it one day soon.
It's emotional, but it's also
when
this was actually
it's too blue.
The part where the literal translation fit.
Ah.
It's actually saying sagashite, which means I am searching for it.
I don't know, dude.
But I believe it has connotation with searching for something and finding it.
I love how you found your, like, trans lyrics gimmick. We all have one, whether we like it or not. And your little gimmick is to add O everywhere.
All the characters.
My gimmick is to add now everywhere.
O is prettier than now.
It's true.
I could tell you
and it's actually borrowed from certain like traditional songwriting techniques. In English, they'll like throw O in to sort of pad things out and provide a nice vowel.
Baby, 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 oh.
Profanity you with ugly words.
I'm dying.
I am not a fan of that individual on I'm not a fan of its music, and I am not a fan of it as a person.
I think so.
Outer space can't feel his left hand after carrying stuff. Carrie Bieber. No, don't hashtag that.
That's very sad.
Don't
No, if you
hashtag
start
that.
covering him a lot, I'm not sure we can be friends.
Okay, everybody. What is one song that if I cover, you will leave the channel? We heard Ryu's.
I mean, if it wins a Music Monday, you're sort of obligated to, and I won't penalize you for that.
Yes, you
But if
have
you
to forgive
actively-
Music Mondays. Somebody's going to put Bieber in the Music Monday and it's going to win, and everybody's going to regret it.
I think you actually do reserve the right to not do songs you're uncomfortable with.
It's true. I reserve the right to not do a song. I'll generally spin the wheel again. There is one person who keeps on requesting the romantic aguerrio. And I'm like, I already did that. Like you requested and you won. Like, do you not listen to Music Mondays?
Maybe they can't read English very well and don't know that you can't do it multiple times.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how to get through to this
Also,
person.
Fun fact, I won the first Music Monday I entered, which was Snowflakes from Persona 4. I have not won one since.
Oh, man. Well, you better become a patron or subscribe on Twitch.
I translate things, and you sing them like every other week.
You
I'm good.
do. You know, that would be some way that I could pay you back. I could give you a few extra entries into Music Monday for that.
Say that you sing what I want you to half the time anyway, and that I don't need you to.
It's true though. You're already like dominating my between seasons slots.
Yeah. Yes, I've already I've sold you on Tsuki no Mayu.
Okay, makes sense.
That one's for sure.
Which I think might be the only. I think that might be the only one because we lost a week.
Free to popcorn.
So
Because you said we had possibly 2 interseason weeks.
yeah, because
now we might only.
There's a couple of songs that I still want to do from this season after I get done with Beyond Selves and Shall We Dance. And that is, I want to do something from the new Overlord season. And I'm looking at, because they're just so cool, the Call of the Night. I like the ending theme better, but I probably have to do the opening theme for that.
And the if there is another slot, there's a game called Digimon Survive that has just released. It's doing very well, and I think it might have a vocal theme I could translate.
Yes, Outer Space. Probably that's that Hollow Hunger. And Chico, I appreciate you being gentle with your suggestions. I want to do the Tokyo Mew Mew as well. That's right. But I feel like those would be best with a group of girls, if I could. Of course, I could be my own group of girls. And yeah, that Digimon, I remember you sent it to me, Ryu. I like that one too.
I wrote a poem to it, but I think there might actually be actual lyrics for it that already exist but are in Japanese. So I could possibly translate instead of just slapping some random thing I wrote on.
All right, let's hit this last section real fast.
The franchise is actually making a comeback.
Which franchise?
Digimon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it went dormant for a while. So it seemed to, but it is, like, reblooming all over the place.
Yeah, I was watching the reboot, but I don't think I made it all the way through. We dropped out when there was a hiatus. I need to get back on that.
So I'll look at Survive more, because if there's a second inter-season one, that might actually have a chance at getting traction. I don't think Tsuki no Mayu, even though it's beautiful and the community will love it, is going to get much traction outside.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So I've been wanting you to sing an English version of it since, like, olden times.
Outer space is like Digimon Go?
No.
No,
Digimon Go
Ryu
is an
says.
ugly, evil thing. It does not exist.
Wow, you have strong
And I will
feelings about that.
and I will collapse your Kokoro if you tell me otherwise. I'm extremely angry with Pokemon Gym.
Hey Digimon, hey Digimon. All right, here we
So
go.
my like empty soul is looking for a new Mon franchise, and it's interested in Digimon.
I see. The light's still here. The piece of life cries out inside. I find it. I find it. I find it in this Oh God, this part's gonna be so hard. I think that worked.
I think I'm just gonna type something. It should be the shout of life. It
Shout
doesn't
of
say voice,
life.
it says shout. Yeah, that's just what the Japanese says. It says shout.
Okay.
I had a brain fart and typed the wrong word. That's just an accuracy correction. So I think shout is a bit better than voice because you don't have that terminal all over the place. Not that I wouldn't put it all over the place if I could, just to be evil.
All right. Well, let's see how it sings. Here we go. Wait. Ah, there it is. Oh, the light's still here. Oh, the light's still here. The shout of life cries out inside. I find it. I find it. I find starts to rise. Yeah. That's gorgeous.
That's the end of it.
Way to
The rest
go
of it
getting
is
the perfect vowels on the high notes. I appreciate your talent for that.
E. The here is the one I would have liked to be something else, but there wasn't much else I could do with that. But I, ooh, I is at least good.
The good news is that the recording stream is going to get to focus on this solo line because I don't detect many harmonies going on or any additional crazy parts. So this should be a fairly simple mix that we're going to make sure that we get perfect takes of all these lines.
Do you have a favorite line?
Do I have a favorite line? Ooh,
I remember the last one you liked, among the lovely colors, the best is you, which I thought was the most bizarre thing, but
there was something up here.
I want to see if we have the same favorite. I don't think if it's up at the top. Probably not.
Bless you, honey.
Because mine is the one about the shout of life crying out inside.
I do like that line. I just like the whole idea that you have packed in the chorus, like the between us two, the lingering ache will begin to melt away. I can just feel that.
I didn't really come up with that. The Japanese text was already good there. Let me take a look at what it actually says.
I also like this concept of what could you hope to see, what could you hope to say with your eyes downcast like that.
Okay, the what could we have hoped is actually me inserting some filler. I'm glad I did a good job there.
You did. I like that.
Because that just says Nani mo mie nakata, nothing was seen. Nani mo ie nakata, nothing was said. That takes a zillion syllables in Japanese and 3 syllables in English.
Such as it is, right?
The chorus is Kesanai de Hikari wo, unextinguished light.
Yeah.
Yaketsuku itamimo, and burning pain.
Ah,
Yasaite tsuyoku, tear them apart strongly. Dakishimeru yo, embrace.
beautiful.
And then Tsumetai ho no ga yurete, the freezing flame will flicker. Futari no itamiga, the pain of two people. Tokidashi no, will begin to like thaw out and melt away.
Mm.
So that's actually pretty literal in most places. I just
Such
had
a
to
gorgeous
change it to be a
song.
little
I agree with you,
floatier.
Chico. And Outer Space, is the Sunday couple stream still going to happen? By Sunday, definitely. I think we'll be in good straits and be wanting to do something. I think what's planned is just some fun Fall Guys for a while. You guys can join in. Fall Guys is free on PC and Switch and most consoles. So I'll try and create a room for us if we have enough people, or you could just join in and play. We can go in as a group if there's not a lot of people. This Wednesday, of course, I will be carrying on with Kirby, unless you want me to skip directly to playing Stray, because that's what's next on the docket as for solo streaming. So let me know if you don't want me to end Kirby. Otherwise, we'll continue on with that. And I think that stream will happen. Yay! Richard downloaded Fall Guys on the Switch just for the occasion. I tried it out a bit. I suck at the game, though. Me too. Johnny's probably going to beat the pants out of all of us. Off of all of us. So. All right. We did it. Let's sing through the whole thing, Ryu. What do you say?
Okay.
Let's do that.
As long as you don't want me to sing through it.
Go ahead, Ryu.
No, I don't want to do that. My throat's already kind of funky. I've done too much singing already.
All
Granted, I
right.
did not just college COVID.
It's because you haven't had lessons with me. I'll teach you.
I think my voice might be incorrigible.
Well, you can think that, but that'll be a falsity.
I did take like a few weeks of singing lessons when I was a lot younger. I had very poor vocal control. So you would have to get me a lot of work to get me to sing, at least decently. Like I'm told my voice isn't bad. It's the control. I have a very narrow range too. Very narrow range.
Well, some of that is determined by like your actual physiology, but there's a lot of stretching and things that you can do to help, achieve your optimal, achieve your best.
If you want to teach me how to sing, I cannot give you anything other than translated words, but I would be certainly a project. If you felt very ambitious, we could sing like something as a duet in like 2 or 3 years.
That would be fun. I should have another voice lesson online.
That was fun. I did participate.
Nice.
There was no one around
me. Yeah, we should definitely do another online voice lesson stream. That would be fun.
Was there any part of the song like that you had any questions about, like how the translation, like why it ended up translated that way? Or what a line originally
meant? There were 1 or 2 lines that I was like, this is really odd grammar, but then, you addressed them for me, so.
Oh. So no, there's no like questions about that.
Is there anything you'd like to explain?
I've gone over some of the bigger points, like the Aruno to I don't know was because it sounds like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's take a look through and see if there's anything else that's particularly interesting. Going through. Oh, the word that like spit out words, that is a literal translation, but it can also mean words you puked up. I didn't think that sounded very nice though.
Mm. Yeah, I think
There
I
is
think
a
you
cool
made some really good choices where you were forced to make some choices.
Let's take a look. There are a lot of lines that repeat that I had to adjust ever so slightly based on context.
Like, I'm not as intimate with the translation as you are, obviously. So I trust that what you've translated is more correct than most translations I'd find.
It probably is, or at least it's more specific, because a lot of Japanese vocabulary can be kind of limited. Or you might, like in a translation, they'll say, like, I don't know, what's a word with multiple meanings? Like, he started, but they were translating old timey Japanese and it start as in jump up rather than start as in begin. And they
Uh,
don't make a note of it. That's a terrible example, but you get the idea.
mm-hmm.
That happened. That I think did happen a few times before I really started going through them. I can't remember which song, but like it was some word with two meanings in English and you got the wrong meaning, but they did not specify in any of the versions you looked at. Sometimes they'll translate things weirdly, like with Tabibito no Uta, which is written at least partially in classical Japanese, and some of the meanings were inverted. Like, I think the translation you were looking at said, I won't leave that memory behind. And what it actually said was, even if I have to leave the memory behind. But that's more forgivable because it was written in very archaic Japanese.
Mm.
And very archaic English will throw English speakers off. Let's see, anything else interesting in here? Not really. A lot of it repeats. What was the light still here was something I had to make a decision on. Oh, yeah, it's actually kesanai de yo. Like the light still here is an interpretation from it hasn't gone out,
Uh,
and I'll find it is actually an interpretation from sagashite. I will look for it, and that's actually it. There's the rest of it is pretty much literal, except the words might be in a somewhat different order.
very cool. Outer space, are you drinking or eating anything to cure the COVID symptoms? I have had many, 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 many cups of tea with honey in it. I use my my little what is it, Vicks Vapo face steamer thing, and that has probably helped me the most, honestly. And I've been taking regular doses of Flonase. Although I cannot take, I tried taking Mucinex, but it dried me out, and that gave me a headache for 3 days. Because then all the mucus hardened in my head, and that was fun. Um,
You are a cup of tea with me.
so that's kind of what I've been doing, and just drowning myself with water, mostly natural things. Steam has helped the best, whether it be a shower or that steamer thing.
It's
Gargling with
also a
warm
good place
salt
to find.
water. Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell, but I have bad allergies. And I forgot to get allergy medicine, so
Yeah.
I'm just suffering at stiff leg.
Fun fact, if I didn't already tell you, I am allergic to Claritin.
I find Claritin useless. I use the Zyrtec.
Mm. I can take Allegra, and I've been doing that. But sometimes I will resort to a nasal spray, so I use Flonase alternating with Rhinocort, depending on how dry I'm feeling at the moment.
Allegra, how fitting. That's like a musical term.
Allegra,
Like
Allegretto.
Allegra, Allegretto.
So All right, let's sing through this from the beginning. And yes, personal steamers do exist. You'll find them with like the humidifiers and stuff. Here we go. The deep eternal night shall one day be through. The new origin from far off shining through. That voice that calls to you, who shiver in your sleep. Oh, it echoes back, resounding in the blue. And then when you thought the dawn would never come, suddenly you found you weren't afraid of that. Anguishing once the tears of your anxieties into nightmares had been changed so totally. Oh. So they'll soothe the light that still remains and tear away the burning pain, and all things that far apart force them far apart, and all will flickering sway between us to the lingering ache will begin to melt away. Ooh.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just need to breathe. The spread of lose your voice was lost to you. Through your wish, your dream was hidden so from you. Like the light that shatters shades, releasing you. Like the light that drives the dark away from you. Oh, oh, oh. Those battle birds might pierce the hole, but through the body and the soul, even if they reach my heart, I'll hold you in hands of the raging flame that keeping sway between us to the lingering ache will begin to melt away. In this lovely little interlude, I'm taking a sip of water. Ah.
Is the word ache difficult?
No, it's actually pretty decent.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was There's one line of
Could we have hoped to see then? What could we have hoped to say then? With your eyes downcast like that then, I reached out and touched you then, and so our eyes first met then. Now these tears all overflow like you when you cross the looking glass then. Now I'm close to you like then. So far me, so soothe the light that still remains, and tear away the burning pain, and I'll force them far apart. I'll hold you in arms, now the freezing flame will flickering sway between us to the lingering ache will begin to melt away. And hearts those of the light that still remains, just like before this burning pain had divided us, although the answer I don't know just bring this all away. But we've the little that remains when from our dreams when we finally wake. I'll be just the things that we have to be so strong, that even ones endured this long. I'll be here where I belong. And here, fast like that wavered sway, but all my weakness and his pain, that one of them oh now remains. They melt away. Woo! All the light's still here, all the light's still here. A shout of light cries out inside. I find it, I find it, I find it inside. Doors expanding right. The starts to rise. That last stanza. Oh my god.
Okay, so back at near the top, I noticed this line was grammatically weird, so I fixed it.
Oh, okay. Let's see, where was that?
So when you thought the dawn would never come.
I see. Adding
That's
more
not-
O's.
Well, because then doesn't actually make grammatical sense.
So
And
it's
then when you thought it would never.
and when you thought the dawn would never come. Something like that?
Doesn't that feel a little better?
Yeah,
Doesn't
actually
that
it
feel a
does.
little better? Because the then was kind of goopy, and I wasn't sure it was grammatically good. And then down here, when from our dreams, oh finally we wake, seems to keep tripping you up. It fits, but it seems to be like a trip hazard.
Yeah, that line confuses me, the way that it falls in the Japanese. Dreams, oh
Let's try
finally.
this.
So let me see if I can find that line.
Finally, when from our dreams we finally wake, is that wrongly emphasized? If I arrange it like that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that line. Wish I had a timestamp.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean in the
That might be a useful tool.
It's like right after the key change. No, suspend dissolved away. Leave the little that remains. When from our dream we finally wake.
When from our dreams we finally wake. Is that it?
Yeah, I like that. When from our dreams we finally wake.
Okay, good, because I don't want a trip hazard in the middle of the song.
I appreciate that.
I can only torment you so much before I get up.
Have mercy. Have mercy, Lord Ryu.
Of course, a part of this is not me trying to be obtuse. I think a lot of it just comes down to English not being the best language for singing.
English is gross to sing in. I wish I knew any other language.
I mean, I do have that zillion Japanese versions of Silent Song.
Yeah, we need to make
Which
Japanese silent song happen. That'd be so amazing.
Japanese silent song is Shizukana Uta, which actually covers up in our silent song. Shizukana Uta.
Yep, it does. Shizukana uta.
Yeah, except you sing it prettily. I sing it like a gargling.
Oh, are you kidding? I just sang it like a frog.
If you're a frog, what am I, a buzzsaw?
Buzzsaw. Woo. Okay, well, my voice is now fairly stressed. I would like to get off the stream and rest. I think this is all very good. If I have any further questions, I'll PM you. But it all seems good to me.
That fit pretty well. There were like very few mistakes, and most of them were just, this is a trip hazard in Carrie's brain.
Thank you, Chico. I tried my best.
Aren't you happy I didn't give you the unextinguished word?
Here, I'll show my happy face one last time. My ugly mug. Here you go.
Don't call yourself ugly. Somebody thought you
Uh,
were hot. Somebody thought you were hot enough to marry you. In sickness and in health. So just keep that in your brain every time you want to call yourself ugly.
I just used the fluff to cover myself up. There we go.
You actually have beautiful hair.
That's better.
So
Oh,
I'm kind of jealous.
my hair is kind of greasy right now. I didn't put any conditioner in it because I was too COVID-y last time I washed my hair, and now it's kind of stiff.
No, but my hairline, since I've gotten older on the sides, is not good. So I basically have to do a mohawk to cover it up. So I kind of look like a delinquent too. I don't just talk like one.
You are a delinquent. What?
Yes, I'm a delinquent. Oddly elegant. I'm an oddly elegant literary delinquent.
My
It
hair.
is a strange match, isn't it?
I've got bunny hair.
My English pronunciation is also not very good or elegant. I'm like half Michigan, half Southern. I imagine people like picture me with this refined, like received pronunciation accent, and then they hear this. I have all my ugly R's in all the ugly R places.
Hold on a
Because I'm
second.
full of surprise. What? Your face is still on the stream. Did you mean to do that?
Oh, hold on. I have a thing.
You have a thing? What is this thing? Do I even want to know?
There you go. Look at the screen.
My hair is also curly. I feel that so much. As the kids would say. That's
Oh,
just a
the
picture of your
humidity.
soul.
Everybody wants to be my hair of me. I see no difference. There's no difference.
Yeah, these two things are the same. This is your soul and this is your exterior. Oh, the humidity.
Oh, the humidity. There's another one though.
My hair is not blonde though. It's like dark, almost black. Most people on the stream don't know what I look like, so here's some tiny insight into what Ryu looks like. Other insights, I'm actually pretty tall. I'm a bit over 6 feet. So I can like use Carrie's head as an armrest, or at least her shoulder, because she's a short person.
Yeah, I make a good armrest.
And like a good delinquent, I have some facial hair.
Like a good delinquent, he has facial hair.
You are ridiculous.
I have
He's
human
short.
jukebox syndrome. If anything reminds me of a song, it just pops out.
I'm going to pat you on your floofy little head.
Head
And I think
pats.
half the things I say to you probably remind you of songs.
Oh yeah.
Because we've done so many of these together. I'm like an invasive translator in your life now. Like a noxious weed who spits words out at you and is like, here, suffer. Have all of this alliteration.
Yep. But we'll be singing this, and hopefully we can get all the good notes. I'm glad my high notes are back. That was what I was most worried about. But I am a little gruff, and I seem to get gruffer as I continue through the song. So hopefully I can take little breaks and do it in chunks.
If you have to wait another week, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll
Don't
see. If I really feel like if it sounds better than tonight, we might go for it. But if it sounds like tonight or worse, probably we will not. I'll stop the stream and be like, yeah, it's not working out. But I'm not going to do it Wednesday like usual. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to wait until Thursday night. So hopefully by then, I'll be feeling it and be completely over. I get better and better by the hour. Like, I haven't had to blow my nose this whole stream, which is an accomplishment. So.
No, but you have to sing something I translated with all the like, we don't have to worry about anybody stealing these. They're difficult.
It's true. This song is difficult even without your translation, and then we add your trans lyrics in there, and it's like, ah.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's not like they're free to use. If somebody stole it, I found out about it, I'd probably copyright strike them. And they'd be like asking you why you copyright struck it, and you're like, I didn't. The guy who translated it.
It's like you need to go through my team here. This is handled in the lyrics department.
Yeah, and the lyrics department is a grouchy old guy.
I could just see you sitting there with like an old school typewriter, like little nameplate on your desk.
I'm actually a pretty quick typist. I can type about 100 words a minute.
Oh, that's great. It's probably a little bit faster than me. I'm not slow, but I'm not super fast.
Not as impressive as people who do data entry, but I produce large swaths of text. So I've had a bit of practice.
Yeah. Oh, my mother took secretarial classes, so she knows how to do the shorthand handwriting. But then she was getting on the technology, and she learned how to type very, very fast. And she got some, Secretary 4 certification, where I think you have to type over 120.
Is that one of those things where she can use a stenograph machine?
I think so. I have to ask her more about that. But anyway, thanks for helping me out by coming on the stream tonight, Ryu.
Always.
And of course, thanks for doing these lyrics. This is awesome. I appreciate it.
Some people seem to absolutely love them. Somebody nicknamed me something like Lyrics God, and that makes
you are the Lyrics God.
No, I'm Ryuji.
Everybody asks for you when you're gone.
Am I some kind of community meme now?
Pretty much. You're like community grandpa.
Yeah.
You're either community fun grandpa or community fun uncle.
I don't know that I'm that fun. I feel like I'm the grumpy one. You're the happy, cheerful one. I'm just here to ruin your day by making you sing all these fricatives. Also, for those who are uninitiated, a fricative is a sound that makes friction, like p, z, v. You get the idea.
Yes.
They're icky and nasty to sing because they make all this friction all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the sibilants, which are s, z, z, z.
Yeah.
Not sure about the affricates.
They take time to push the air through your teeth and lips to get the sound, so they're extremely sluggish to sing.
And there are all kinds of linguistic oddities about them, because sounds usually have what's called a sonority hierarchy. Usually, a vowel is more sensitive than a resonant, which is n, l, r, w. And a resonant is usually more resonant than a fricative. And a fricative is more resonant than a stop. So normally you have them in that order. The weird thing is, at the beginning of a word, you don't have k, you have sk. The fricative and the stop change places. And that is extremely common cross-linguistically, and we don't know why. Because should be easier to articulate, but it is not.
You are gonna learn proper English when you attend Ryu and my stream.
I'm going to sneeze very loudly.
Bless you.
I hope you didn't hear that.
I heard a little bit of it.
Probably did.
It cut out
Yeah, I
though.
pulled the microphone away from my face. I just sneezed 2 very large sneezes. I'm allergic to allergens. Also, death is the leading cause of death.
You know, that darn
Just so you
death just causes death every time.
Yeah, death is extremely fatal. I don't know if you know about
Almost
that.
as fatal as
Supposedly
life.
I don't know. I think death is more fatal because you can come back from life, but you can't really come back from death.
Debatable, but I'll let you win for now.
Some people disagree.
Well, thank you so much for all your hard work in this, and I will do my best to sing it. We'll see if I'm well enough on Thursday.
Singing
Yeah,
head pats.
and that'll be fun, and we'll have Kirby stream tomorrow night. If my voice behaves, if it's seeming like it might interfere and make my voice too tired, then I will limit it to like an hour instead of 2 hours. If I start feeling worse, then I will be at the doctor's, and obviously no stream will happen. So, but
Be careful.
yeah.
Rest.
All right, I will wrap up the stream, but I'm gonna hang up with you right now, Ryu. And
Good night.
good night.
I'll go back to being tech.
Yay. We're so lucky to have Ryu in our community and to have him as just this master of translating. I was even bold enough to ask him to start doing the Shadow's House Shall We Dance, even though there wasn't an English translation. That's how much I trust him. Because I'm like, I don't need a translation anymore. I've got Ryu for that. So as soon as we start making money, I will pay you for your efforts. But yeah. All right, guys. I will say goodnight. I love you all very much, and thank you for being here. Send good vibes, good thoughts, good prayers, good whatever my way. And have a good night. See you later.